Alright guys, welcome to Vincent Kane's non-review review. Today, I'm diving headfirst into the latest addition to the Predator movie franchise, the animated movie called Predator Killer of Killers. And spoiler alert, I may say some things which might be considered spoilers, so don't say I didn't warn you. Okay man, did I have a good time with this movie, Predator Killer of Killers? What an exhilarating addition to the franchise. This movie was like 80 to 90% action and 10 to 20% dialogue, and I really loved that. Despite that, the director, Dan Trachtenberg, still manages to squeeze in sufficient character development in the movie, even managing to do it in scenes without any dialogue, which I thought was brilliant. I'm a big action buff myself, so seeing such a focus on action where we don't waste time talking was so refreshing. Look, if you're a fan of the Predator franchise, you know what you're going in for when watching this animated movie. The action is brutal, gory, and very quite visceral, as you should expect from a Predator movie. Though usually it is just the Predator killing humans in gruesome ways. This time the difference is that it's the humans killing other humans in very gruesome ways. One of the main characters in particular, a Viking woman, was pretty incredible in her battle scenes. It's like she just kept finding new and inventive ways to kill people. The Viking woman called Ursa really impressed me in the way she used a shield as a weapon to fight in multiple scenarios, which I thought was pretty badass. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. So the movie is an anthology movie about 3 different warriors from across history who survived an encounter with a predator, or more specifically, killed their hunter predator. The 3 victors include a Viking shield maiden, the most brutal and fiercest of the 3 warriors. I really freaking loved her. The second is a Japanese samurai warrior or ninja from feudal Japan in the 17th century, and the third warrior is a World War II pilot. Well, not necessarily a pilot, but a pilot for all intents and purposes. Each of these 3 survives an encounter with a predator, and their story is told, but they end up together at the end for one final showdown. And each predator design was different, each one of them using different weaponry for their hunt. In the movie, these predators could watch a group of humans for a while, seeking the strongest warrior amongst them, then go hunting that specific human to claim the prize of his or her skull. I want to give props to the director Dan Trachtenberg for adding another exhilarating movie experience to the Predator franchise. I think that with this brilliant addition to the franchise, Dan Trachtenberg will now be one of my new favorite directors. He has already proven himself with the movie Prey with Amber Midthunder in 2022, and by doing it again kinda solidifies his status as a very capable director. I'm very glad that he's the director for the next live-action movie Predator Badlands coming out on November 7th this year. Hail to Dan Trachtenberg, I stand behind him. We know there's a high probability that Badlands would be another exhilarating movie for us to experience. Now, there were a few callbacks to previous Predator movies, which I think was interesting, though one had already been done in the Prey movie. Without knowing that we were getting 2 new Predator movies this year, I had just rewatched all the previous Predator movies earlier this year, including the 2 AVP movies. It was at that point where I realized that enough time has passed that we now have such a rich history of movies. Yeah, I know hardcore cinephiles will argue with that statement, but hear me out. So, I recently rewatched all the Alien movies, which honestly made me appreciate them even more, and how they all, loosely connect to each other, including the Prometheus movie. Though it also kinda sucks that it took nearly 50 years to seemingly make all these movies and actually develop the Alien universe and lore better. As a fan of the franchise, I appreciated every Alien movie simply because, well, it was another Alien movie developing the Alien universe further, even the bad ones like Aliens 3 and 4 or Alien Covenant. I appreciated them really, which makes me incredibly excited for the next addition to the franchise called Alien Earth by Noah Hawley. I've been a very big fan of Noah Hawley for years now, mainly because of his Fargo series and the Legion TV series. I truly think he's a genius, a true master of his craft. He has carved a good niche in the TV show industry, and honestly, I am very confident that his addition to the Alien franchise will be very satisfying. Now back to Predator. I wasn't even familiar with Predator 2, the one starring Danny Glover, until I watched it early this year, and man, I dug it. I know it had bad reviews and it's not considered a good Predator movie, but I really dug it because in the end, it was a Predator movie through and through. It even managed to expand their lore quite a bit with the ending, which indicated that they hunt on other planets and have been coming to Earth for centuries, or probably thousands of years. There's even an Easter egg in that movie with an alien skeleton, and there's a callback to Predator 2 and Prey, and again that same callback in Predator Killer of Killers. It might seem redundant, but maybe it might be a MacGuffin by the director to connect other incoming movies. Now, people have had complaints about the animation style, especially the frame rate, which is cranked down lower than usual with 12 frames per second. Complaints I have seen thus far is that some sequences don't flow well or seem to freeze between movements. The lower frame rate was something animators used to do back in the days to prevent having to draw for every frame, but rather every other frame to decrease workload. In our time, usually if a director chooses a lower frame rate, it's most likely a stylistic choice, not necessarily to decrease workload. I must say that I didn't really notice anything negative with the animation, mainly because I don't have an eye for noticing those kind of things. Another complaint I've seen online is about the third chosen warrior from World War II not really being a skilled warrior. People complain about him pulling a stunt with a plane which they thought was so unrealistic it pulled them out of the movie. I disagree with that. I think that considering the fact it is animation and not live action, it suits the medium very well. It's like that scene from Fast and Furious 7, where Dom and a passenger tumble down a 100-foot cliff in a car and walk right out without so much as a scratch or a broken bone on their bodies. Considering that this example happened in a live-action movie, climbing down the wing of a plane shouldn't be unbelievable. I mean, even Tom Cruise pulled a similar stunt in his latest Mission Impossible movie, but because everyone knows he does it for real, no one is complaining, huh? Another critique people are giving the movie also concerns the World War II pilot where he pilots an alien ship. People complain that it should be impossible considering he only flew an old dingy World War II plane. And my response to that is, it's just a movie, just enjoy it for what it is. And this is a trope which has been done to death in all mediums, including movies, anime, animations, novels, etc. There's always a situation where a human somehow figures out how to fly an alien ship. It's been done to death, so why are we complaining now? I think we should just chill and enjoy the movie for what it is. So yeah, I really loved Predator Killer of Killers. It was exhilarating. I saw a comment where someone basically said it had so much action he was exhausted by the end of the movie, which caused me to laugh, thinking to myself that this person probably doesn't watch anime or read manga. This was a walk in the park compared to some of the prolonged battle sequences in anime which can go on for like 20 episodes at a time. That being said, if you're looking for something else just as visceral, action-packed as Predator Killer of Killers and, you know, inventive kills involving aliens, then check out the Rehu. Imagine ancient cosmic entities arriving on Earth not with ships but with cataclysmic force. They're hunters beyond comprehension, predators who see humanity as mere specimens, yisu, or prey. Witness brutal assimilation, city-shattering power, and a desperate struggle for survival against beings who defy physics itself. But Earth holds secrets even they didn't expect. Dive into a relentless sci-fi horror epic where the stakes aren't just extinction, they're obliteration. Can anything stop the Rehu? The Rehu, where cosmic horror meets brutal action. Now, if you're looking for something just like Predator Killer of Killers with extreme action and inventive kills involving aliens, then check out Champions of the Gods. Dark cosmic fragments fall to Earth, causing worldwide chaos and hyper-violence. But humanity isn't alone. Champions, chosen by warring gods and belief systems, receive incredible powers. They must battle brutal creatures of darkness, and compete for a powerful, ancient artifact to save humanity from a greater evil. Who will win this divine contest? Find out in Champions of the Gods. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.